Almost everybody has Facebook accounts. Others have Twitter, Snapchat, and all other social media platforms. And on a daily basis, people are publishing things on these platforms, calling people names, making all manner of statements about people, about government, about friends, about enemies, and so on. Do you know that some of these publications can give rise to legal actions against you? Welcome to this edition of You and the Law. My name is Ekabenudim. I'm a legal practitioner, and I'm always glad to be your host on this show. Today, we're looking at defamation of character on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all other social media platforms. Truly, you can be guilty of defamation of character on these platforms. Before the advent of social media, defamation of character was only in the publication of things in newspapers, in things written and pasted on notice boards of institutions, and so on and so on. But today, the complexion of defamation of character has changed. It has moved from the analog to the internet and so on. And my intention is to alert you on the issues of law on publication of things on social media. Now, what's defamation of character? Defamation of character is the act of harming the reputation of another person by making a false statement to a third party. It is a false written or oral statement that damages another person's reputation. Now, defamation is also the intentional false communication, either published or publicly spoken, that injures another person's good name. Now, this happens a whole lot on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on Instagram, and other social media platforms. Sometimes we do these things without really knowing the legal implications. We just write. We think we are writing on our pages. But most times when you write, you publish. And when you look at your following, some people have 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers. The legal implication is that you have published these 2,000 times to 2,000 people or more. So there are some consequences. Now, let's look at the ingredients of the offense of defamation. Before I proceed, defamation action can be taken against you either in crime, that's in criminal law, where you are charged to courts, or civil action can be taken against you. Now, let's look at the ingredients of the of defamation. 1, a statement. There must be evidence to show that a statement has been made by someone. 2, that statement must be against another person. 3, the statement must be found to be defamatory and must be such that has lowered the reputation of the other person in the minds of right-thinking members of society. When you call someone a criminal when he's not a criminal, you have lowered his reputation in the minds of other members of society. The number 4 ingredient is that the statement, you must show that the statement was made with the intention of causing injury to the reputation of the person so defamed. The number 5 ingredient is that the statement must be shown to be false. Okay? Because if the statement is true, if the damaging statement against you is true, then the issue of defamation is not there. Now, the number 6 thing is that the statement must have been published. There must be evidence to show that the statement was published. Now, the number 7, ingredient is that the third party believes the defamatory statement to be true. Okay? And the other ingredient is that the statement caused harm or injury to the person defamed. Okay, so the summary of all this is that you have made a publication that you know is false or that you have not confirmed its authenticity. And so once you make that false statement about another person, and then you go ahead to publish it to the knowledge of other persons, you have committed the offense, you have committed the thought of defamation of character. And once that is done, legal actions can be taken against you. Now, how can someone address this? By going to court. The first thing to do could be to write a letter to you asking for retraction, for you to take down that publication on your Facebook page, and then write an apology still on that Facebook page. After that, if it is not taken down or what, the person can decide to take the matter to the court. And when the matter is taken to the court, you are asked by the court, you're given an opportunity to come and defend yourself. And if in your defense you have not shown clearly justification for the publication you made, then you go in for it. Now, what are the remedies available for anyone who complains of defamation of his character? The number one is damages. Number two is injunction. The damages is in form of money, huge sums of money. The number two remedy is an injunction restraining that person from continuing with the publication. The number three remedy is publication of apology, that is retraction of that very defamatory statement. You could ask, what's the purpose of the law on defamation? The law on defamation, serves the purpose of protecting people from having their reputation injured resulting from false statements made against them. Like I said, we all have this right to a good name. I have a right to a good name. You have a right to a good name. And therefore, nobody is given the liberty to defame that good name without justification. And what's my advice? Know what you publish on Facebook. Know what you publish on Instagram. Know what you publish on Twitter. Know what you publish on Snapchat. And know what you publish on every other social media platform. If it is false, do not publish it. If you proceed to publish what is false, you can be guilty of the thought or of the offense of defamation of character. And I tell you, if you have a date in court, it's something you don't really like because you'll be asked to come to court every now and then. And at the end of the day, damages is pronounced against you. The money you would have used in doing something very important for yourself, you use it to settle the lawsuit. So that's all on this episode of You and the Law. I do hope that you have picked one or two things to guide yourself in your use of social media so as not to fall into that legal trap. If you fall into it, the experience is not always very sweet. Thank you for watching this episode of You and the Law. I do encourage you to continue watching this channel so that from time to time you can learn as much as you can on the basic principles of law. I have this belief that if all of us should know the law, if all of us should know the basic principles of law, society will be better off. We'll know what to avoid, we'll know how to go for our rights, and we'll know our responsibilities under the law. Thank you once again for watching. Do remember to subscribe to this channel. The subscription is very simple. If you look on your screen now, you see the red button just on the foot of your screen, and you click on that red button and automatically you subscribe. The advantage of subscribing is that from time to time we keep notifying you whenever there is a new video. Notification will be sent to you so that you can watch and learn more on this very channel. Thank you once again and do remain blessed.